Give me a minute. At Pope Francis's funeral today, they set up jumbotrons so that everybody out in St. Peter's Basilica in the square there at the Vatican could see what was happening up on the dais and as dignitaries arrived, etc. Trump came in, there was no response. But when Zelensky came in and was up there on the jumbotrons, the crowd applauded. The whole world there for the Pope's funeral, when this man walked out, applauded like there was no tomorrow. Now, on top of the general populace approbation, probably much more importantly, the Prime Minister of Italy, Meloni, took an hour out of her day to sit down and talk to this man. Now, you think about that. You're the Prime Minister of Italy. The Pope has passed. It's his funeral day. You've got 16 hours of sunlight and a whole lot of diplomacy to do. And you carve an hour out of your day to spend with this person. Now, what connects the two? Well, Meloni just met with Trump in Washington, right? And I got to tell you, she's an Italian woman. She knows how to handle men. When one of the reporters asked Trump, do you still think the Europeans are freeloading parasites? Which he had said just the week before. She says, she says, you never said that, Donald. You never said that, Donald. Did I say that? I never said that. Anyway, she knows what she's doing. And she supports Ukraine. Or rather, she opposes Russian imperial ambitions in Ukraine. I think that's fair to say. So she carved an hour out of her day to talk to Zelensky. Zelensky also got 15 minutes with Trump. I'll talk about that separately. But clearly, the European allies of Ukraine have been trying to whisper in Trump's ear about what the right thing to do is. And today, Zelensky got a chance to plead his own case. So I thought this was all very interesting, particularly the crowd response when Zelensky walked in. It was very moving, very, very moving. So I'll talk about the Trump thing separately because I think that deserves its own framing. Here, I want to say Keir Starmer also took time out of his schedule to talk to Zelensky. Other European leaders did. If Russia is to be defeated, the European leadership must back Zelensky. They must also do all they can to win Trump over because he has the whole arsenal of the United States at his disposal, and that's a meaningful thing. Forget about being on the right side of history. Forget about the moral arguments. You're dealing with Trump. So whatever has to be done to stroke his ego, to appease him, to keep him on your side, I hate to say it, there are clearly limits to that, but some of that ego stroking you have to do with this son of a bitch. You just have to, because facts don't matter to him. He has no moral compass. He has no understanding of the nuances of international diplomacy and relations, or even of trade. But he's got the whole American nuclear arsenal in his pocket, as well as the United States military and our foreign aid budgets. It's a tough spot to be in, boy. And I'm very unhappy that my country is putting our allies in this position.